What up, y'all? What up, y'all? What up, y'all? It's your girl, J.Lee, and I'm back with another banger. Back with a banger. You already know what to do if you're new. Go ahead and click subscribe. So, today, this is Cooking with J.Lee. Cooking with J.Lee. As you can see, I got something for y'all today in the kitchen. Fire. We are going to be cooking spaghetti. I have everything laid out so I don't forget anything, because normally I be forgetting stuff. Cooking episode 1. Stay tuned. Yeah. I have my vegetables here to the side of me, and here I'm just failing miserably at peeling off this tomato sticker. Watch closely as I continue to struggle miserably. And after rinsing off my tomato, I'm just going to cut it in half or in quarters. And I'm going to scoop out the guck, what I like to call guck, on the inside of my tomatoes. The seeds and stuff, which you're not supposed to eat. Or I don't know if you're supposed to put it in there or not. I don't. But yeah. So I take that out. And I'm just going to start to chop my tomato up into pieces. I actually cut from the inside of the tomato because I find it easier to chop it up into small pieces than if I were to cut on the skin of the outside of the tomato. And here I am just placing them to the side and chopping them up as fine and little as I can so that it's not super crunchy and chunky inside of my sauce. Next, I'm going to grab my green pepper. Be sure to remember, guys, to rinse off all of your vegetables. I did it beforehand because I don't have a camera view on the sink as well as I would like. But be sure to rinse off all your vegetables. But yes, I'm just chopping my green pepper in half. I wanted the bigger knife to get a better cut. And I'm going to do the same thing I did with my tomato. I'm going to take out the seeds from the inside of it. And I'm going to... After scooping out the seeds, I'm just going to place them to the side. A smart idea is to get a plastic bag or Safeway bag and just put it in it so that way you can just throw the bag away. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side of the pepper. I'm going to pull out the whole middle because I'm just using the outer pepper, not using the inside of the pepper. I want to make sure I clean it out with all the seeds, and then I'm just going to give it a rinse in the sink. Here I'm going to be doing the same thing I did with my tomato. I'm going to chop it up, and I follow the lines that are on the green pepper to chop it to make it easiest for me to cut. And then I'm going to just go ahead and flip the pepper over and start to chop from the inside, because like I said, for some reason it's easier to cut from the inside of the vegetable than the outside. I didn't want to use a whole green pepper, so I'm just taking the extra and with the snap of my fingers, placing them in a plastic bag. It's a freaking magic! And here I have me good old green onion. And I'm just going to chop it at the root. I feel like the root looks like a little beard or something. I don't know, some hair. But I'm just going to cut my green onion all the way up until I get to the different color part of the green. I actually don't know how far you're supposed to cut up on the green onion, but I cut to where I feel like cutting. So who's gonna check me? Huh? And here I'm just repeating the same steps, chopping away at my green onion until I just can't chop anymore. Smile. I said smile, damn it! Just keep chopping, just keep chopping. Oh, I'm done. Did somebody say thick? Slim thick with your cuter. No, I like thick spaghetti. Okay, Becca. So to the right, I have my pot with my water in it. I have it set so that the water can boil, and I'm just adding some pink Himalayan salt for flavor for my noodles. Here, I'm just going to add some butter to my pan. I love, love, love butter. And the butter that I'm using is called Countryside Creamery. It's actually super flavorful. I also love I Can't Believe It's Not Butter, because I can't believe it's not butter. And I'm just going to move that around my pan and make sure that it gets a nice top base coat. Base coat of butter. Base coat of butter. Our key ingredients. I'm going to throw in these green peppers, these onions, these tomatoes, get them going. After putting in the vegetables, I am going to go ahead and grab my minced garlic. Minced garlic is kept in the refrigerator. It's super fresh. I'm going to grab that and put a couple spoonfuls of it inside just to also give it some more added flavor. I love garlic! Once I add the garlic inside, I'm just going to blend it all together. It gives it great flavor. Don't forget to keep your stove on medium heat. You want to keep it on medium. You don't want to fully cook your vegetables because you don't want to forget that they're going to cook in your sauce as well. And here I'm just going to be adding my spaghetti sauce. I use Classico. I love the brand Classico. And I'm going to be using some tomato paste. You can find both these things at your local grocery store. The Classico flavor I got was garlic and basil herb, I believe. And I'm just going to be adding that on top of the vegetables that are already cooking in the pan. I'm only going to do about 1 spoonful, maybe 1.5 spoonfuls of the tomato paste. It's super thick and I don't want to overdo it. While still keeping it at medium heat, I'm just going to stir all of that together, giving it a nice mix, nice blend, while still checking on my water. I see that it's starting to boil, which is exactly what we wanted to do. Boil, boil, boil. Now I'm adding my seasonings, the best part of the meal. I am going in with some pepper. I have oregano flakes that I'm putting all over. I'm going to be adding some basil leaves. I'm going to break them in half to get the most flavor out of them. That's how you get like the best flavor out of them. And I'm going to just rip them. And then I'm going to be adding some parsley flakes inside. These seasonings are super good with pasta-like meals or Italian meals. And then I'm going to be adding some Italiano seasoning. Pizza, pizza. Pizza, pizza. Pizza, pizza. Pizza. As I'm mixing, I see that my water is starting to boil, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. It's reaching its maximum capacity. Boil, baby, boil. Now I'm just going to go ahead and add some organic, salt-free seasoning, and it's super good with kind of all-purpose. without adding any more salt, because a lot of seasonings have a lot of salt in them. So I like to buy seasonings that don't have salt in them so that I can use as much as I would like without killing the entire meal. Don't be a saltaholic. Now I'm going in with some onion powder, and then I'm going to use my favorite seasoning of all, garlic powder. I go through so many garlic powders, it doesn't make sense, but it's so freaking good. And then I'm just gonna mix it all together. You put lime in the coconut and drink it to a lump. At this point, you should want to make sure that your heat is turned down to low or right near low. You don't want to burn your sauce. And now I am adding a sherry cooking wine inside for extra flavor. I love cooking with wine. It's so good. You can also get that from your local grocery supply. And now I'm just going to take my slim thick noodles and break them in half and place them inside of the boiling water. And I'm just going to add some more because I never seem to have enough freaking noodles. I hope you guys were able to follow along. I hope you enjoyed this video so much. If you have any tips, any comments, any questions, go ahead and drop them below. If you have any suggestions for what I can improve on my spaghetti or like things you haven't thought of, go ahead and drop that down below as well. Let me know what other recipes, what other videos, what other stuff you want to see me do, okay? And I will do it for you. Yes. I'll see you on the next video. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications so that you're alerted when I drop another video. Stay tuned, stay alert, stay on it. J.Lee, we out, gang. Yeah. Would you like to cook? Would you like to taste some of my cooking? Would you like to taste some of my cooking?